Manchester has one of Britain's oldest sewer systems, nearly 1,500 miles of mainly crumbling Victorian tunnels. To maintain them, the city employs 64 sewermen.
A lot of people think when you lift a manhole cover up, it's just there a couple of foot below ground. It's not so. They vary in depths. Some of them 30, 40, 60, 80 foot. We've got one there on top of Factory Lane, Rochdale Road. It's 147 foot deep.
She's knocking my blinking head off, Colby. Keep banging it in and out. You don't get the runner. Not too bad. Just got to be careful here when you step. I know, yeah, it's somewhere here. Everybody walks by the side. Is your wife, Tony? All right, on top!
Who would do it? I mean, you could get cholera, typhoid. Once these sewers start blocking up, people just think they go to the toilet, flush the toilet, and that's the last they know about it.
We, the judges, awarded Northwest 5 points.
In the sense that somebody thought of it first and others copied it, sail was never really invented. More, it evolved in many places at many differing times, in a world which was a vastly spread mystery to the people who lived in it. People who felt the need to sail the seas around them and the rivers that threaded their lands. Such a river was the River Nile. There's been sail along the Nile for 5,000 years. And 2,000 years ago, the Romans brought to it one of the loveliest sails of all, the lateen, a splendid, nearly triangular spread of sail, which ever since has carried sailing boats like these, called feluccas, and others like them with similar rigs, through the whole of the Islamic world. Papyrus paintings record these magnificent wooden craft. Beside the Great Pyramid of Cheops, they dismantled this ship and buried it 4,500 years ago. The royal ship of Cheops was reassembled and rehoused in its own museum after it was discovered in 1954. It's the best preserved proof that the ancient Egyptians used dowels and ropes to build their wooden boats. This boat was part of the funeral flotilla, and was then buried for use in the pharaoh's afterlife. Inside Egypt's many tombs, the long passageway to the sarcophagus is decorated with drawings of the dead ruler's journey to the netherworld. It was always a voyage by boat. The River Nile so influenced culture and tradition in ancient Egypt that boats became part of the hieroglyphic language. You had to sail against the current to go south, so the symbol for going south was a boat with a sail. On the other hand, the strong downstream current heading north towards the Mediterranean meant that boats could just drift, so the symbol for going north was a boat with its sails furled to its twin masts. They're still adept at drifting down the Nile, like these 3 feluccas lashed together in a sort of raft loaded with building stone. Many Nile boatmen still make a living carrying freight. It's still cheaper to carry bulky cargoes under sail, like the ancient Egyptians used to.
The water transportation was the main transportation known to the people at that time. There were no wheels or carts or carriages or anything of that sort on which they can load their material and transport it from place to place. Besides, the horse was not introduced in Egypt until the year 2000 BC.
Today, the only thing that's changed is that these 50 or 60 foot long barge feluccas have steel hulls. In Aswan, as evening falls, the boat builders still work on their feluccas. Not far upriver, the fishermen sail out to set their nets for the night. The owner, Mohammed, summons his sailing staff together to pay the day's wages, each one getting a percentage of the day's takings. Evening on the Nile, a river which, as much as any river in the world, can lay claim to being in at the very birth of sail.